Hi, all. It's Darlene. I hope you're having a good day or evening or whenever I happen to catch you. So, I just wanted to bring everybody up to date on happenings within the Infinity program and also updates on refunds and just all kinds of little updates. So, I hope you enjoy it. If you feel that this video does help you in any way, maybe helps you to make a decision, helps save you some money, anything like that, hey, just buy me a cup of coffee. There's a donation link in the description and at the top of the comments. It really would help out. Thanks a lot. Every penny helps to keep this series advertisement free. Thanks. So here, today, I had nothing better to do with my life than to cruise through the old Project Limitless reviews. I was actually looking for something, I can't even remember what now, when I came across this guy's review. And it's brilliant. He gives an actual honest review, and he gives it like, if he was a white chick with long red hair, you'd think it was me. But here he's saying practically what I would have been saying about the Infinity program. And it's just amazing how much it mirrors what's happening in the Infinity system right now. So you guys have all seen the videos for the Infinity system. Just watch this and compare.
Stuff like you make £1,000 a day doing no work. You sit around, you do nothing, basically. You can just sleep and make money. And then, why are you going to bother with making videos? Why not just do their thing here and have money coming in every day like this? Like he's talking about, he made $2,000 while drinking rum and watching Netflix and all these kind of money claims here. This person saying, thank you for my ape. I made 3,500, and I think here's the thing. I'm going to give you my honest opinion on this, right? I watched this whole webinar and I was listening, and I watched a few other people's reviews, and I've been trading for 8 years, and they really didn't tell you anything about what this thing was about. I was just clueless I had to dig deep, go and
Seriously, I hadn't even thought of that. But once you got to the end of the Infinity system video, did you really have a good clue? Well, I guess you had somewhat of a clue, but I mean, that was then it was going to put traders on, then this AI that you never ever had to do anything with, and they did explain a bit about prop firms, but Project Limitless was much worse, I think, from what he's saying about not disclosing anything. And they did explain about the ape and called it this magic thing that you just press a button and off you go. And every morning you just check it and press a button and off you go. And it's just, these guys are never clear about what they're selling. Prometheus was horrible that way.
It's only that I know what I'm doing and I know how to find out stuff and research that I've just found little bits of what it's about. It's got nothing really explaining what this thing is about. I'm going to break down what I think I understand about it, but I may even be wrong, and I'm welcome for anybody to put in the comments what this is truly about. Because they talk, blah, 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 blah. Nothing's going to, they have an ape. And as far as I'm concerned, the ape is some sort of automatic, it's some sort of AI, some sort of trading bot that's going to trade for you. Right? Because it's got to do with trading, because they've talked a little bit about MT4. So this is, I think, is how it's got to work. You join them, you have some sort of, they give you the setup, you now go and set it up. It takes an hour to 2 hours to set it up. You have an MT4 account, and then you must set up this bot that's called Ape. Yeah, in this bot now, they tell you to go and now trade a demo account. Yeah, and because they're talking about selfies in gold, I'm assuming it's gold that
Now, isn't that interesting? When he continued there, and what Project Limitless was doing is you go in, you set up your bot on the MT4, and you do this, that, and the other thing. Isn't that exactly what the Infinity system has just turned into? I mean, what he's describing is the Infinity system as we know it now.
App is trading on. So this app trades gold on a demo, and then hopefully you get to a point where you're making a little bit of profit, because a lot of them are talking about profits here on the demo. Then they show you how to then go to an...
Pardon me. The Infinity system is worse because they don't even tell you to trade on a demo first. They just make you pay up front the fee with the prop firm, and you can't even trial it out first, which is what anybody in this industry does. I mean, I've always got demos running. That's what I do before actually I come on here is I manually trade, and I do use EAs as well. Yeah, they're not even letting you guys do demos. Instead, you're just tossing away $1,000 each time you fail a challenge. And challenges are being failed left, right, and center now. So this is not going well. Anyways, let's get to the end of this. And it's not long. It's not long at all.
To a prop firm, something like FTMO, this is a firm that gives you money to trade with when you can show them that you can pass the test. They'll show you how to pass this. Well, they'll tell you where to go to take the test. The test, you've got to pay for the test. They start from $80 if you want to start, say, $10,000 account. Or if you want a bigger one, then you pay more money, 100 and something dollars, to do the higher test. And then if you pass this FTMO account now, or this prop firm account, then you're going to get this bot that I'm assuming is called Ape to trade gold for you and make money. Yeah, and if you're winning, then yeah, the prop firm will pay you money. This is what I've had to go out in there and work it out, because they don't talk about that at all in any of these videos. They talk about how much money you're going to make, how easy it is, how you're going to sit on the beach, all this sort of stuff. But they don't break down what this thing is about. They talk about the support you're going to get. They talk about how they're going to help you set it all up. They talk about the ape is going to do all the trading for you. I thought this is ridiculous. And then this is the kicker. So I thought, okay, what are they looking for this then? How much are they asking you to join this? This almost knocked my socks off. Almost $1,500 to trade this, and really, you're not even really telling me what this thing is about. Yeah, it was like, I just thought to myself, this is nuts. This is really, really crazy. Yeah, that you're not telling me what this is about, and yet I'm paying almost $1,500 for this thing here. Yeah, and here's the problem with letting things like AI trade for you, especially when you're using prop firms. Yeah, they have very strict rules. You can only lose a certain amount in a day, and if you lose more than that, they'll shut your account down. You'll have to do the test again. Yeah, and then as well as that, certain things you can't trade over the weekend and all that. So all this stuff that you're going to sit on a beach and let this thing trade for you is not true. You're gonna need to be looking after it, making sure it's not failing on the rules. And then this is the bit I didn't like as well, though. All these people that are claiming all this money that they've made, thank you for all this money and another.
And see, that's exactly it with an EA. You have to know how to use it. You have to know how the settings work with each other so that you can make little adjustments to them. I would never let an EA go for more than 2 or 3 days without checking how it's doing, watching it all the time, how it's moving on the market, how it's doing, and do I have to change the settings? That is just something you have to pay attention to. But people in Infinity are never going to know this stuff. How could they? Here.
After it, making sure it's not failing on the rules. And then this is the bit I didn't like as well, though. All these people that are claiming all this money that they've made, thank you for all this money and da-da-da-da-da-da. Of all the people I went to research, only 3 people are trading a live account. All these others are talking about demo. This is demo. It's virtual money. They're not even, because they tell you initially you got to use a demo account. Yeah, and then all these ones are winning on a demo account. And then this isn't live money though. It's virtual. Yeah, only 3 people. And I think Jonas is one, these 2 plus the admin person are the 3 people that are trading live.
So, the only 3 people in the entire system that came out with money that any of us knew about too was Trevor and Jonas and Bo. Now, Trevor, Jonas, and Bo, I think you would have seen them up in the upper left hand in some of his other scenes here. They're the 3 that started out, that did Project Limitless. Trevor out front, Jonas and Bo. Now, it's still Jonas and Bo, but they swapped out Trevor for Jono Armstrong. That's all the difference is with Infinity. And you know what? This was rolled out only 9 months ago. Like, wow. Did they ever, once that one failed, they were on to the next. They were just, they move so fast when I think about it now to Infinity. Like, that's insane.
With an actual account, a prop firm account. All the rest are on demo account. So for me, for the price, so it's up to you. You know what I mean? That's the thing about these things. It's very, very vague. They give you all the sizzle, but they don't really tell you the source. Someone like me, who's been trading as long as I have, would know if they gave it to you what it was about. So let's just keep it very vague. I had to dig really deep to find out what this thing was about. So for me, absolutely no, not at that price anyway.
Yeah, I gotta agree with them. Like, there's just so much glaringly wrong with this. It's kind of scary, actually. That gentleman's name, by the way, was Emmanuel Wilkey. If you look up Project Limitless reviews, his name will come up. Emmanuel Wilkey. You can watch it yourself if you want to. I just gave you the commercial-free version. So, anyways, from the Project Limitless chat, they're saying they should refund at least 50% of our monies, but instead they take the money and hide behind the internet/computer. It is a disgrace. Is it theft? Something they would never if they were in the same town. No conscience. And I mean, these people are still out there in Project Limitless floundering around, and not one of them have made it. No, the only ones that have made it were the creators of the system, Jonas, Bo, and then Trevor, who is their front man. Then another person came in and said, well, see, here's what happened. Jonas promised all these people in Project Limitless that they were going to have weekly webinars so that they can get together, see what's working, see what's not, information sharing, which is what should have been done. That maybe went for like maybe 2 or 3 weeks and then fizzled right out. And then they maybe got one every couple months, maybe. And they haven't seen one from a while from what I'm getting here. So they're waiting for another webinar to happen. And it says, so this one's saying, there's another webinar for Infinity on Saturday. They're having weekly webinars. Jonas is sharing more currencies and files with them. I have a friend who has joined Infinity and is keeping me informed. The system has gone from being completely done for you to the same as here. Support is apparently awful, and so many people are not getting any answers. They don't have an open group where they can all share, so they're flying in the dark. There are quite a few complaining in the testimonial thread that's in the members area, as this is their only way of communicating. This, I'm afraid, is why we are being ignored. They're trying to get that off the ground. Yeah, big time. There is a lot of problems. Yeah, I mean, of course, Jonas and Bo have no time. I mean, they must be dancing a jig over there trying to, get things going and keep them going, especially when that bot is failing. And yeah, it is failing people's challenges now. So, and that's $1,000 each time it happens. Ka-ching. So this is not good. She says, sorry to have to share this, but knowledge is king, and I'm hoping that that explains a little. I don't know if Jonas or anyone will get back here, but I'm hoping my giving you a bit of insight might explain things, because I honestly know how frustrated a few of you are. Well, I can imagine. It's crazy. Come on. There we go. Somebody else says, Trevor really needs to come clean. Why he dropped us all like a hot potato and gets away unscathed. We are all hurting over his deception, and he thinks he can prance away to push the next greatest money maker of all time. That would be Infinity. And he never disclosed the proof screenshots were all demo accounts either. Wonder if that guy came across that same video that we just saw. Anyways, then Trevor comes out and he is gaslighting these people so bad. This is how they do it, though. Both Trevor and Jono, is they shift responsibilities. It's like, what? I didn't do anything. Yeah. Trevor Carr. Why I dropped you? How on earth did I drop you all? Hyperion and Infinity were set up without my knowledge. Excuse me. Hyperion is the new bot that Jonas is using it has given to the Project Limitless people. Hey, they've been talking about it extensively on this chat. How could Hyperion have been without Trevor Carr's knowledge? Yet there he is, trying to weasel out of there and acting so shocked and, oh my God, why I dropped you? How on earth did I drop you all? By buggering off and not giving any kind of support? You know, I haven't dropped anyone. My recommendation would be that all members here push forward with the new MT5 version. You know what? The new MT5 version is Hyperion. He did know about it. New training and backtesting. I spoke with Bo yesterday. Well, we all know where Bo is. He's in the Infinity system. So, Trevor, you spoke to Bo? Really? And you had no knowledge of Infinity? Bullshit. Yes. Oh, he's away at the moment and with his family, but will be back here on his return. No, he's not. He's away doing the Infinity system. He's getting some good results with MT5. Well, no, not really. As I said, little Miss Infinity bot is not doing well. Somebody else says, Trevor Carr. Yeah, that's what they say. But they are not providing these so-called winning set files. These guys have been going for months and months and months without any kind of set files at all. At least in Infinity, they're getting them, they come with. But as I say, they're not working. So I don't know what's better or worse. Do your back testing, people, I guess. But people weren't supposed to have to do that. They weren't supposed to have to put their own bot on in Infinity. And now every time that bot fails, because you had to put it on there in Infinity, then they can shift the blame over to you. It's not our responsibility, you see. You put the bot on there. You must have changed something. It's not our problem if you just failed that challenge. You see? That's how they've weaseled out of all this responsibility from, first of all, having, actual traders and then, somebody that's going to be managing that bot for you, and you just put your feet up and, use that online ATM machine that you're going to be getting, to now they're shifting the blame, they're gaslighting. You can't get a hold of support, and now all this is being laid on people, and now you're responsible for these challenges. You don't even know how to do a demo. You wouldn't know. They haven't even given you the option of a demo. I mean, this is insane. And then you're just going to be burning through these challenges at $1,000 a pop. Yet, these guys are never responsible, are they? And then when Jonas Lindgren, in his video, in the Q&A video he did with Jono Armstrong, and he says, well, people just don't want to try. Yeah, well, when they're sold a done-for-you system, no, they don't want to try and learn. And he's going, but backtesting is fun. Well, maybe it is to you, Jonas, but that's not what anybody signed up for. Yet that's your whole attitude now is, oh, this is fun. It's cool. We should do this. That's not what the program was. And that's the be-all, end-all, people. Stop shifting the responsibility and take responsibility for your failures. So speaking about people losing challenges left and right, now that they're going with the major prop firms, they're losing challenges the same. And Real Funding Program, here is their website now. Yep, they're dead. They're gone. They're toast now. So yeah, since now that they aren't having all their money funneled through, now that Jono can't funnel all of the Ministry of Freedom's money through them, yeah, I guess they're of no longer use anymore. So, I know what I want to show you here. People failing accounts. I showed you this about 2 weeks ago, actually. Oh yeah, look at that. February the 2nd, 2023, at the bottom of the screen there. So that's 2 weeks ago about. And this person's account I mean, they're losing accounts back there with the bot. That's 2 weeks ago. You think it's improved much? I don't think so. Also, the word's getting out there, even in Ministry of Freedom, about the Infinity bot. So, yeah. So going back to probabilities of getting your money back, which are actually excellent. As I say, direct wire transfer is kind of like paying in crypto. You have no recourse. You're pretty much screwed there. Sorry, I think. Now, if I'm wrong, well, please let me know. Because, yeah, the banks are like, no, you transfer that. Yeah, it's gone. That's that. So, yeah, that's hard. What people are having good success with, though, are the banks, credit card companies, and PayPal. Yes. People are getting refunds from their banks and credit card companies and have from PayPal quite a bit. And said banks and credit card companies are reporting to their customers that they are now going after Jono, which is awesome. One person was in his bank, and the banker turned to Google and just put in Jono Armstrong's name, and he's going, "Oh my, look at the scam reports." It's like, yeah, well, there you go. So when you go into your bank, some people's banks are trying to tell them that, well, or I'm sure the credit card companies are probably doing it as well, but I don't know. Some banks will say, well, you signed the contract. You must have seen the terms and conditions. Don't let them tell you that. I mean, yeah, you signed the contract, but that only applies if they're saying that it was identity fraud. You know, that yes, it was you that signed the contract. But what you weren't seeing is that the services that you received were not as described. I mean, and that's why you need to claim under fraud, because then they can get them. And as I said, don't let them tell you that you signed the contract. No, that's only good if it's identity theft. But you are going to claim under, or people that have been successful have been claiming under service not as described, because yeah, you bought a done for you thing and it's gone down the sewer to this. And also there is no clear cancellation policy. Remember these are the 5.2 and 5.3, the dueling clauses that you can get a refund after 45 days of service. However, the client acknowledges that if they elect to subscribe to the services, they shall not be entitled to a refund as provided in 5.2 above. Well, it was part of the small print when you signed up at Infinity, like when you were going through checkout. It says, and there's a subscription, attached to this, and then check here for the terms and conditions, and then you paid. So you couldn't have gotten Infinity without having subscribed to the terms and conditions. So talk about no clear cancellation policy. I mean, how do you get out of this? It's not there. And again, here is the 7-month one. And down at 5.6, goes through the loops you have to hop through in the other paragraphs. And then subscription. The client acknowledges that if they elect to subscribe to the services, they shall not be entitled to a refund as provided in 5.2 above. So they're still trying to pull that crap. But they can cancel the services at any time. Oh, yeah, sure, of course. So again, no clear refund policies. So dig out your terms and conditions and show that to your banks of how contradictory that is. And that, no, you didn't understand all of this when you went into it. And how could you? And how could you know that you were walking into a trap? So, as I mentioned, banks and credit card companies are starting to refund people, and they're going after Jono. People are getting told this, that they will be taking this up with Jono. And that's good news, because the banks have the lawyers and the money that you and I don't, so this is going to do a great deal. So I'm really, really interested to see how this is going to go. Now, here's something that one person is coming up against, or a few actually. when they're talking to Infinity Support, and support comes back and it says, the account used to accept your original payment has been shut down, so there's no way that we can process the refund. The only way to do this is for you to submit a chargeback. If your bank needs any cooperation from us, we are more than happy to comply. Thanks for your understanding and apologies for your inconvenience. Pardon? What? So they're saying go to your bank and get a chargeback because we can't process the refund because the original payment has been shut. No, the account used to accept your original payment was shut down. Whose account was that? Yep, Jono Armstrong. Because in the beginning, he was taking money to his name as well. Well, actually, this isn't even the beginning. This is 16th of January. He was accepting money into his own name. Then he was also accepting it through Ministry of Freedom. So it's like, who are you paying? It keeps switching back and forth. And now his bank account is closed, like as per, whoopsie, sorry. Oh, hell. There we go. The account used to accept your original payment, Jono Armstrong, has been shut down. Now, I would love to believe it's because that account ran out of money, but I doubt it. He's just hiding money. He's shuffling money around. He's making people go from pillar to post so that they don't know which way, what way they should be going, just to put people off, And now he's running advertisements still. His email lists are all going off again. And he's still pushing through there, and he's still sending people to the same page that still says about, Lorenzo Fernandez and this and that. And oh my God, they're still telling the same lies and getting new people into this system. I hope it slows down. I hope it fails very soon, actually. Now, here's also something. I know that quite a few people here are from the UK, or these listeners are. So here's a UK thing. You can take your case to the financial ombudsman. That's something just in the UK. Just because you clicked a box saying, I think the advice here is really good for everybody. Just because you clicked a box saying non-refundable means nothing, because you clicked the box in good faith, believing the product was genuine. All consumers have rights. At the time of purchase, there has to be full disclosure of all relevant information by both parties. In other words, if one party is misled at the time of purchase, the contract is void. Well, what do you call those terms and conditions? Are they not misleading? I mean, unless you're reading it with a practiced legal eye? In other words, if they don't refund you, you can take your case to the financial ombudsman. I'm disappointed with Jonas for lying about having new winning set files, which he said he would have for the last webinar. Well, and I'm disappointed at Jonas. I'm disappointed at Jono. I'm disappointed at Trevor Carr. I'm disappointed in a good number of people. But for you people that are in the UK, I think this would be a good idea. And for any of you wondering, I would say about of the people that have been taken for a ride with Infinity, 25% are from the UK and about 25% are from the US. And then it goes, 6%. Canada's the third one at 6%. So this may help a great number of you. I also do want to give you some more regulatory authorities that you can contact, but right now slip in a something that you should know. And this is something that the Security and Exchange Commission of the U.S. has put up. And by the way, Canada has one of these as well. So I don't know how many countries does have one of these, but Canada has one as well. So let's go to the next slide. I just zoom in a bit here so we can actually read it. So third-party asset recovery companies solicit victims of scams, including investment frauds, with promises to file complaints with regulatory agencies and to help recover victims' money for a fee. Now, I have noticed that when I've been checking for like the Infinity System scam on Google or something like that, or Jono Armstrong scam on Google, all the sponsored links that come up first are all like from these asset recovery firms. We know how to get your money. Have you been scammed? We know how to get your money back. Blah, 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 blah. And that's what this is actually warning you about. And I just wanted to bring that to everybody's minds, that I know you're going to be, when you're doing research on the internet, you're going to be bombarded with these guys. please look twice before you get sucked in. Let's see what this says. The SEC's Office of Investor Education and Advocacy is issuing this investor alert to urge investors and fraud victims to think carefully before paying money for asset recovery services that may be fruitless. They regularly receive questions and complaints. Sometimes people get contacted by the asset recovery companies, but other people then get sucked in through, seeing them when they're Googling something to do with scams. The companies often charge a substantial fee from hundreds to thousands of dollars. So you'd want to make sure and see, are you having to pay them up front or not? Investors who've already been victimized by fraudsters should exercise caution before using these services, especially if the asset recovery company is merely taking steps the investor could take himself. Although these companies sometimes claim to have elaborate asset recovery expertise or even legal expertise, some of them do little more than draft a demand letter to the original scam artist and send a boilerplate complaint to the logical regulatory agencies. Those are 2 steps that victims can take easily on their own, free of charge. Yeah. Further, demand letters may be useless, especially if the original scam artist or the company involved is insolvent, bankrupt, or subject to a court judgment, or if the statute of limitations, the time period to file a claim, has expired. Now, what about, if Jono goes bankrupt or insolvent, you should be trying to get your money back now. And through the proper channels, not these jokers, but go to your banks, go to your credit card companies. If it's through wire transfer, I'm sorry, but these guys really can't help you any. But to go to the appropriate regulatory authorities, here are links to them all. And I'm going to link to this page in the description, okay? So that you can go to this page. You can read it if you want, for sure. And then scroll down to here, and it says, most regulatory agencies have free and simple mechanisms to file complaints on their websites, including the SEC, that's these guys, CFTC, the FTC, definitely they're a regulator in this area, CFPB, FINRA, securities regulators, and attorneys general. So there you go. I mean, there's all kinds of places that you can go to report this stuff, to try to get this handled on a regulatory basis, as well as just on a, reporting it to your bank, trying to get your money back thing. Because really, everybody's saying, he should be behind bars. Well, this is how you do it. Go to your ombudsman guy in the UK. Take these paths if you're in the US. And as I said, link to this page will be in the description. Okay, I guess that is it. Sorry, I just had to look at my notes there. It's not quite it. Notice that, remember I talked about before how that, did you want me to set up a group so that those of you who are looking for refunds will have like-minded people to share thoughts and ideas and what's working and what's not working together? Well, that group has happened, and it's growing all the time. If you are in need of such kind of support, you can contact me. Just be aware that you will be asked a lot of questions, because I don't want to see Jono or one of his minions get into that group, and they don't want it either. I mean, it's a secret group, So I'm going to be asking you various questions to prove your identity. There may be, blood exams, DNA, all that kind of stuff taken. Yeah, okay, not the last bit, but you know what I mean. I have to be able to prove your identity, so don't be surprised when I start asking a lot of questions and everything too. But it's a good group to join. I would recommend it. And if you just need to contact me, if you need to have proof of anything I've shown on any of my videos, you can certainly contact me. My contact information is towards the bottom in my description. It's right above the hashtags. And most of all, please like and subscribe to these videos. This will really help boost my channel in the rankings, to keep this up in front of people, so that, when they're looking for, is this a scam? Hopefully they'll see one of mine, or anybody else if they actually come and start telling the truth, So hopefully this will keep it up in the rankings. Anyways, you have a great day, evening, good night. Darlene out.